Now, if you're suffering from the January blues and you need a good old laugh, make sure you get along to the Grand Opera House this week and next week because Maggie Muff is back. And I do believe it's going to be her last time in Belfast as well, but we'll find out more because Caroline Curran, who plays her, joins us on the line. Caroline, how are you?
I'm okay, Robin. How are you?
Very well, thank you. So I'm still recovering from last night after laughing so much.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you very much for coming. I really appreciate it.
It was a great show, and I think, first of all, you must have created a world record this time round for the biggest pair of flip flops ever on stage anywhere in the world.
I'm delighted with myself. Should that be in the Guinness World Book of Records with a picture of me with two thumbs up and a big sign saying "Welcome to Belfast"?
I really think it should. So where does somebody go to then to get a pair of flip flops that size?
Well, the wonderful David Craig, who is a set designer who works on, I think he's away working on a film at the minute. He does everything across the board with theatre and TV and film. And he's done all of the Maggie sets, but he really has an intricate eye. He really thinks outside the box and he's very particular with detail and stuff like that. So obviously when people come to see the show, it's Maggie's Fairground. I go to Benidorm and he was like, well, you look and people wear flip-flops on holidays and people are just so taken aback when they see them, the actual size of them. Because as you've seen yourself, they are very big.
They're very big, and of course they turn into everything from a beach to a hotel room to a bedroom that gets plenty of action.
Yes, yes. There's all different locations with all different scenarios. Should we just put it like that?
Well, what I couldn't believe last night when I walked into the Opera House, into the foyer, was the amount of Maggie Muff fans there are out there who come with their t-shirts on. And then what shocked me the most is these ladies were running up to me, showing me their Maggie Muff knickers as well.
I had no idea. I knew the t-shirts were happening last night because obviously, as everyone knows, this is the very last time this show will be going out. And I know Lisa had some merchandise left before and she thought, best way, give back to the fans, give out the t-shirts. But I genuinely didn't know about the knickers on social media last night. I could just see all of these people who had put the knickers on over their clothes. And I was like, wow, yay, the knickers are happening.
So as we've mentioned, this is going to be the last time we'll see Maggie Muff. Are you going to miss her?
Yeah. Everybody, it's like it's been a lot of that question for the past 2 weeks. Of course, I'm definitely going to miss her. I mean, it's been 9 years. I know we've one more show left. We have Maggie Your Ma, and I'm sure Lisa will then want to close that chapter, maybe do that show, and then that's her completely gone. But 9 years, I mean, it's the longest role of a character that I've ever played in my whole entire life, and to do it every time, and obviously you've seen it. It takes a lot of stamina and obviously, I'm getting old. I mean, I was like 28 when I started this. I'm nearly, 37. Well, I'm actually 37. What am I on about? And I've been doing it for a long time. But yes, I will definitely miss her because when I speak to people after, when I could, and people text me and send me private messages who are going through hard times, who haven't been out, and all they wanted to do for 2 hours is just laugh and forget. And they say that I do that for them. And
Yeah.
that to me still blows my mind that people come to this show time after time after time and they've seen it. Like some people have seen this show like 3 and 4 times. So they know what's coming and they just go, but it's a great night out.
Yeah.
And that for me is just like it fills my heart. It genuinely does. And I don't mean that in any other way because her fans, Maggie's fans, are something else. They are very, very, very loyal. And I'm just so glad and thankful that people have supported me over the past 9 years. And
Oh,
here's hoping to the future that they'll want
yeah.
to see other things that I will do that may be a little bit different, and but now that they know that I can do that, maybe they'll come and see me do something different.
Exactly, exactly. So without giving too much about the story away, towards the end of the show, I mean, there is a nice, serious part of the show which really did tug on the old heartstrings, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I'm sure you experienced it last night. With all of the Maggie shows, there is a hint of depth and a message that goes along with, whatever scenario she's got herself into. So Mr. Red, Wine, Blue comes back into her life, and it's all about that. Is she going to get back with him? Is she not? Has he changed? Has he not? and that real sense of, you know, that these bad things are happening, and how did she let this happen? And people usually laugh at that, but when I am trying to be serious, it's because I genuinely think people feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because I know if I was an audience member, if I'd been laughing for a good while, and then all of a sudden it takes this really odd shift in a way that it would in life, to go, oh, that's a bit serious. Oh, right, okay, she's upset now.
Yeah.
So, and I do genuinely think people get it, because I can see the first kind of 15 rows,
Yes.
and I can see people who have been laughing just to completely change, to go, oh, right, that's what that is. But I think you have to have a bit of the dark to make the light that bit better.
So as we've mentioned, you end up in Benidorm this time round as well, and it's lovely to see a little nod to some of the Benidorm legends you mention in the show as well, including a certain entertainer. And if I mention her name, they'll probably cut it from the show, but everybody knows everybody who's been to Benidorm will know who I'm talking about. But she gets a mention, doesn't she?
Yes, well, so she should. She's Dynasty. Do you know what I mean? It's like mentioning Judi Dench. I mean, if she went to Benidorm, she'd be a legend.
The only person who can put Sticky Vicky and Judi Dench in the same sentence.
I guarantee you now, get Judi Dench onto this interview. I bet you she's been to Benidorm and seen her. Because I have. We've all done it. She is a marvel. She is literally a marvel. Yeah. Like, I think she's semi-retired now, because she must be about 80, maybe 80 something now.
I think so, yes, yeah.
But her daughter took over from where
Right.
she left off. So the dynasty's carrying on. Maybe that's it, it's in the family.
Right, and a big Sally Ann, she could possibly get a gig out there as well, couldn't she?
Oh, people love Big Sally Ann. When we're talking about characters, obviously Maggie is the forefront. She drives the story. But Sally Ann, everybody, me personally, I have a Sally Ann, and everybody should have one in their life. She, again, is the light within Maggie's life, to go, tries it. She's a bit of a reasoning, even though she's up for anything that Maggie would tell her to do.
Yeah.
There's been a few times that audience members have said to me, see, you're very good. Now, she's very good, but see that other girl, she's better. And I'm like, still me. Because they see someone who they see.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is what I love. And then they go, oh, they're like my such and such, or they're like my cousin. And it's just so nice to have people who they can relate to other people.
Every one of the characters you play on stage is somebody you can relate to from life here in Belfast, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so anyway. I think it's because Lisa has written it so well, and because the script is so brilliant, but the traits that I take in terms of, some people use their hands, like Sinead.
Yes.
My friends will actually kill me if they watch this recording, but I have taken traits of people that I know, and and their brilliant qualities. I have to put that in there as well, and put it into the characters with the dialogue.
So you're on at the Grand Opera House until the 5th of February. It's a pretty long run, isn't it?
No, 2 weeks. It was my first time 2 weeks ago when I was in the promo videos.
Yes.
I hadn't seen the Opera House since it had been moved out, and I was like, wow. Oh, wow. And then obviously the regulations changed, so people were allowed alcohol. Yeah. So of course I was like, first show back, people are to drink. I'm going to wreck the brand new Grand Opera House. Amazing.
So Caroline, what's next for you then? But what do you hope to do next?
I mean, for years I've been talking about doing a Shakespeare.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I've been talking to a few people about it, just to kind of go, in our own accent and things like that. So try and introduce Shakespeare, maybe to a different, I'd love to do a Richard III and play Richard. And everybody was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, why not? Give it a go. But, and also so restoration comedy.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Get that back into the sort of forefront, George Bernard Shaw, different Richard Brinsley Sheridan, all of those people, because they're farce, and they're very much like what people are watching now in terms of comedy. Exactly, it's just it was written way back in the black and white days. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, maybe different things, but also comedy. I love comedy. even though it's the hardest thing to do, it's also the most satisfying thing to do.
And especially as you're up there on stage by yourself for the whole time as well. I mean, you're very exposed up there, aren't you?
Yeah, I miss other actors, and like other actors are probably going, "Oh, shut up, you've got a one-woman show," you know, in the Grand Opera House, dead on. But you do see when I'm standing there and getting ready to go on, and the lights are coming down, and you can hear the audience. And your adrenaline, that's where it's hitting to the point where it's like a mini car crash.
Yeah.
It's like I have to go. You take a breath, you go, "This is it." I don't breathe for 2 hours until I come off, and then when I'm racking about the place, I'm like, you really appreciate other actors. You really, really miss them when you go, someone to take the weight with you. But it's also brilliant being on your own, because then you may as well you just do it by yourself.
Exactly.
Right, Maggie's Feg Run. It runs until the 5th of February. Good luck with the rest of the run. And like everybody in Northern Ireland, we're going to miss Maggie.
Oh, I know. I'm going to miss her too, but who knows? Who knows what the future may bring?
Exactly.
Lisa may have something else up her sleeve. Who knows?
Let's hope so. Caroline, great to talk to you as always.
Lovely to talk to you too. Have a great day. Thank you so much for coming.